Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Dragonfly. Today, we're going to start initiating our canvas in a very special way. Remember, I told you about, or I mentioned that, creating art is one of the most powerful ways to manifest your dreams, to manifest your intentions and your goals. And today, I am going to include a beautiful water and salt ritual to our canvas because the dragonfly starts its life as a water nymph. So the water element is very pertinent in this symbol. And then also the element of air, which I would have liked to represent in this altar with some incense, but I won't be able to breathe because my space is too small. But when you do this ritual, feel free to light some incense. I did light a candle, and my candle is the sandalwood candle, so I do have that sense of aroma around me. You might just not see any smoke wafting over the screen. So what you will need for today's ritual to activate your canvas is a water bowl. And I'm just going to take my dragonfly reference material to the side. I don't want it to get damaged. And the bowl that I got, interestingly, has already got little of a design on there in the ceramics that looks like droplets of water. So I grabbed this from my kitchen. You will need a little piece of paper, and I just used a little bit of rice paper here. You're going to need some sea salt or some rock salt, and you're going to need a container of pure water. You can use distilled water, mineral water, any water that you want, as long as it's pure and clean. And then surround yourself with elements that you find meaningful and that you feel strengthens your intention. So I'm a Buddhist, so I have some Buddhist elements around me, but you don't have to be a Buddhist in order to do this. And really, I find that doing a ritual is a very, very powerful subconscious mind communication. And what I mean with that is when we go through a ritual, we involve our body, and that is a very deep, profound communication that takes place. And when we do that in a mindful manner, and every element represents something meaningful to you personally, it makes it just so much more powerful. So there are a myriad of ways out there to, when we talk about manifestation of intentions, goals, and dreams. And one of the most common ways is to write an affirmation and to speak these affirmations. But I feel that's just mental. That's just one aspect of ourselves. When we combine all of us, in other words, not just mental, but we include our heart, and we include our will, and we include our creativity, all of the elements that I mentioned in the first episode that the dragonfly in a way represents. You sort of bring in all of your chakras and all of your energy centers into the act of manifesting and informing the universe that you are aligning yourself in the frequency of that which you wish to manifest in your life. Then things happen very fast and effortless, with effortless grace. So we are going to be sort of initiating our canvas today with the water element and the air element, and setting pure and beautiful intentions for this very powerful work that we are going to be doing on our canvas. All right. So for now, let us set our tools aside. If I can find a spot again, there we go. Here are my beautiful garden around me. And I'm gonna just put my malas around my neck. Sorry for that noise. And that just sort of grounds me, and then I feel present to begin this beautiful journey. So I'm going to put this beautiful piece of paper aside, and now what I want you to do is grab a watercolor pencil or an acrylic marker, anything that you can, or even just a pencil or some charcoal, whatever you find useful and that you are comfortable with. I will avoid permanent markers simply because when you paint over your permanent markers, the acrylic paint tends to draw the ink from the permanent markers into your paint, and it can become a bit annoying because it just keeps seeping up. So I've learned that lesson the hard way as a multimedia artist. So I prefer using acrylic markers because then when you paint over it with acrylic paint, it covers it beautifully. And if you want to see some of the words glimmer through in your work or whatever, you are always welcome to do that. But this is a fun way to initiate the canvas and to bring our focus and intention to this space where the dragonfly will be born from. All right. So, but before we get into this, I want you just to think for a minute of setting an intention for this class. What would you like to manifest in your life from your dreams through the work that we're going to do with the dragonfly? Now, I did ask a number of questions in our introduction, and hopefully you spent a little bit of time with those questions in your art journal. So this shouldn't be too hard for you. But if you haven't done your homework yet, maybe just pause this video and return to the first lesson and look at those questions again and just answer them for yourself in your art journal, because it is going to help you to set an intention for this class. And while we are painting our dragonfly, that is going to be energized the whole time. And we invite the dragonfly as a spirit guide for us to help us identify areas in our life where we might be procrastinating, avoiding sort of stepping into it, and in a way we sort of keep our dreams at bay. And remember that the dragonfly reminds us that, life is short, tomorrow is not necessarily promised. So make use of every day and live your life to its fullest capacity. So before we start to draw and to write and whatever, I want to just guide you quickly just in a short moment of mindfulness and just become present with all of the elements around you and just center yourself and sort of connect with your energy centers. That is the first step of this beautiful medicine and water ritual. Now I will include a link beneath this video to the full tutorial of the Buddhist water ritual, and there is a lot of interesting and beautiful information in that video that will help you deeper understand this fantastic method of manifesting. And so do check it out and make it part of your practice if you resonate with it. If you don't, just sort of sit through this and just experience it with me. I do believe that creating altars and bringing elements of nature together can be such a profound experience. I like taking groups of people into nature sometimes, especially maybe newcomers to a creative practice that is still of the opinion that they're not creative. And creating mandalas out of objects picked up in nature is such a powerful way to just recognize that it is possible for us through a ritual of just gathering materials that nature provided and bringing it together in a confined space and building a mandala or something like that can be so profound. And that is one way to just recognize that creativity should never be confused with artistic skill, because it's two separate things altogether. Artistic skill and talent is something that you develop and you make stronger through practice. Whereas creativity, I do believe, is inherently part of all of us. It is part of your creative heart. And it is such a powerful thing when we use our intention and our creativity to activate and to call forth the things that you want in your life. So I also like to just reiterate that life is not happening to you. You are not a victim. You are a divine, empowered, sovereign being, and you manifest the life that you are living. You're using the tools that you are given every day, like your mind, your words, your energy, your emotions, your actions, and your attitude. All of these things are tools that we use every day to create the life that we are living. We make choices every day and we live the consequences of those choices. But it doesn't happen to you. Circumstances come in your life based on decisions that you've made and area where you are living your life. And your life is the canvas of your soul. So we're here to learn some lessons, yes, but we are not trapped. We can always choose a different path, and with that comes a different experience. So hopefully you are attuned with what it is that you truly would like to live in your life, how you want your life to look like. And hopefully you have already sort of grown beyond the typical, oh, I would like to live as the Joneses. I know it is this whole sort of Western idea that if I have a lot and I have a lot of money and I have a big house and I have 70 cars and I can go on holiday every month or whatever, then I will be happy. But happiness is not derived from things that you own or things that you get. Happiness is a choice and it is an attitude. It is a spiritual alignment with your true authentic self, and to live a life with purpose and filled with meaning. That is where we sort of derive and drag or capture or pull forth our happiness. It's not something that you can hold on to. It's like the air around me. When you try to grasp it, there's nothing. So you will find in life that every time you sort of think, oh, I can't wait for my new car, then you get the new car, it's all exciting, and you drive it for a few weeks, and soon that sparkle sort of wanes off, and it's no longer as exciting, because now you either have to pay for the car, you have to maintain the car, or there's a new car that comes out. So this is a good example of how we can be as humans, always searching for the next shiny, bright object that is going to make our life fill with beautiful sparkle and, just feeling like you've arrived. But it's fleeting, it doesn't stay around. And in the end, all of our earthly things that we have, albeit maybe practical, can become furnished pain, especially if it blocks you or prevents you from really attaining that deep inner groundedness, wisdom, insight, and empowerment. And I just want to reiterate, this all is about that. It's about experiencing your own personal power and will and intention, because it's so easy for us to just say, I wish for this or I wish for that. I think it's just human nature, But do you really consider what impact that wish will make? And the universe always responds with, your wish is my command. So when you're not receiving, or you perceive that you are not receiving what you are setting out in the universe, The only thing that is standing between you and manifesting your dreams is yourself. There is no one else standing in your way. So it's your own limiting beliefs, it is your own attitude, it is your own habit or life action that is either not supporting your intention. Somewhere in your life you are not perfectly aligned with the vibration of your intention. So for any manifestation work, regardless if you just use affirmations or wishful thinking, or you really put in the work and you do something, physical to align yourself with your intention, if everything in you is not aligned with your intention, then it's going to take a minute to get to you. And then I would also remind you, a good time, before I say that, any seed that is planted in the earth first needs to be these conditions that needs to be met. The earth needs to be fertile, there needs to be water, there needs to be sunshine, and one of the things that we tend to miss is time. It takes time for the seed to germinate, to root itself in the ground, and then to create, the leaf that pushes out of the soil and meets the sunlight. And where earth, water, and the light of the sun comes together in perfect conditions, there the plant can then grow and become a healthy, strong plant that eventually will render fruit. So that is how life works all over the universe. It's a universal law. This is how creation works. So if you're missing a step, if you are impatient and you want things to be instant, especially in our instant world, you will become frustrated, and it can feel like, this all isn't working for me, or something is against me, something is blocking me. But most of the time, like I say, the only thing that can block you is you. So take that block, that limiting idea, identify it within yourself, and then take the action steps to remedy that. So let's just take a few moments just to become mindful, and then I'm going to guide you step by step into this journey where we will manifest our dreams through this beautiful water ritual. So first and foremost, I just want you to sit down, get comfortable, and if you're comfortable, just close your eyes for a second, or just lower your gaze and not be distracted with anything around you, and then just become still for a second. And let's take a deep breath in and out. And in and out. And in and out. Let's just become aware of our surroundings and just follow your breath in and out. Listen to the bird song outside. Hear the wind rustling through the leaves. Any other sounds that you hear in your environment, just become aware of it and let it go. I want you to focus on your heart and your true self. And ask yourself, what desire and dream of your heart would you like to manifest in your life? in essence, what would you like to experience? And when you've grabbed hold of that dream, that intention, that desire to experience whatever that is, I want you to take your writing utensil or your paint or whatever you want to create with, and begin to write it down on your canvas. And we do this slowly and mindfully. Right. So once you've set your intention, and you've written it beautifully on your canvas in whichever medium you prefer. And you really feel everything that you want to feel around this. It is important to keep your mind focused on your intention. Feel it in your heart. And in your mind, I want you, while we do this water ritual, to visualize your life with your intention and goal already manifested. What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would you be doing? And how does this all look like with you in it? So place yourself in that position where this is already manifested. It's already come to pass. And you are experiencing the joy of manifesting your intention. Another thing that I like to do is to make an overhanging intention, but also have very specific ones that you want to attain or achieve or manifest within this month, this lunar month. So before we wrote our intentions, I did want to mention that there is a good time to do this water ritual, and that is during the new moon, which we are at now here in October. Set an intention, do your water ritual during a new moon, and as the moon grows in fullness, you will revisit this and keep reinforcing this intention. And as we paint our dragonfly, it will continue to add layers of intention and realization and empowerment to this beautiful water ritual. And by the time we come to the full moon again, revisit your intention and vibration, make adjustments where necessary, give thanks for all of your blessings. And if the new moon arrives and you continue, if you feel that you want to continue to work on that specific intention, then repeat it until it becomes part of your life. Right. Now I want you to take a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write your name, your full name, on this piece of paper as mindfully as possible. And just put that aside. Now you're going to take your vessel where you're going to pour your water in, and I want you to take your salt and add a little bit of salt to this vessel. Salt is a powerful attractor. It's a powerful intention setter. It is a magnetizer. It contains metals and elements that attracts the desire of your heart. Now I want you to mindfully pour your pure water into your vessel. Let's add a little bit more salt to our water. While you do it, you visualize your life and the intention that you are setting, and the salt is going to purify the water and purify you and purify your intentions so that you only manifest what is for your highest good. I'm going to stir my water. I'm just going to use a brush. And I want you to stir it clockwise. And while you are doing this, I want you to formulate an affirmation. You can use words like I am, I receive, I have. I am abundantly blessed in every aspect of my life. My dreams and desires manifest with grace and ease for my highest good, and so it is. Now I want you to take the paper with your name written on it, and I want you to place it in the water. And then for a minute, just sit in gratitude as you just visualize your life being blessed with this beautiful intention that you've been setting. And so it is. Beautiful. So for the next 24 hours, I want you to leave your bowl with the water and the salt on your canvas and just give it some time to permeate and begin to work its magic. After the 24 hours passed, the paper might begin to dissolve depending on the strength of paper you used. I want you to take the water and then go discard it on a beautiful piece of earth somewhere in your garden. Just give it to the earth. The earth is where we plant our seeds so that it can come up and grow. And then when we come back, we're going to start painting our dragonfly. Thank you for spending your time with me during this beautiful water ritual in manifesting your intentions and the desire of your heart. I'm looking forward to spending more time with you and creating this beautiful dragonfly. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.